Hello, welcome to Optimal Training Group, where we talk about everything Microsoft 365, but especially at this moment, Power Apps. All right, this video is going to be a continuation from our last video. And in our last video, we talked about the toolbar modern control. And just to give you a quick recap, the way that we get to it is if you come over here to the search, type in toolbar, you see this toolbar, and this is what we talked about in our last video, how to create it. And if you remember, here it is here. It is built with this table, and within this table you have these different records that contain key value pairs. And we have edit, approval, and delete. And if you look at our toolbar here, you have edit, approval, delete. Now, what I want to talk about is how do we make this disabled? Let's say, for example, we want to make the delete option here disabled, depending on who's logged in. So if I am a VP, because if you remember, we have these three roles: manager, senior manager, and senior VP. So the senior VP should be the only one that has the ability to delete. So right now I am a senior VP. So when I'm logged in, as you can see, I can delete. Now let's see how I did that. Okay, so if you come to this app here, so we have this simple formula here. So we have this is user variable, global variable, and here we're checking to see if the current user, which is me, if the email matches the email in the approval row, and if the title is equal to VP, which it is. And so because it is, this lookup will return a record. Now, is that record blank? Is blank, and this will say false. Now, because we don't want false to be in our is user VP, we want it to be true. We're going to flip it. We use this exclamation mark to flip it, so it'll be true. So now that we have, and now if, let's say I wasn't a VP, and I'm going to show you that in a second, it'll return a blank. And is blank true? So we don't want this is user VP to be true, so that's why we have this to false. So let's go and check this out. So now when we come here, see that? Now let's go in here and just add a little something. Let's manipulate this here. So let's come here and let's say senior manager, which I'm not. Senior manager is somebody else. So let's do this. Run. All right. So when I do this, as you can see, because I'm not senior VP, this is disabled. So let me go back to that formula now. Let me put back senior VP. So, and then let me come here and let's widen that a little bit. So now we come to this delete, and as you can see, item disabled. We have this exclamation mark is user VP. Now the user is VP, which is me. So it is true. And so because it's true, when we flip it, it becomes false. So because it's false, the item will not be disabled. So that's why we have to manipulate. So you have to, based on what it is, whether you want to disable it or not, you have to put in the right Boolean here. So even though this by itself is true, because if I remove this exclamation mark, even though I'm a VP, watch what happens. Oh, wait a second. I have to come here and I have to kind of reload and run on start. All right. See that? And that is not what we want. So let me go back. And so that's why, and it's doing that because, is user VP. It's kind of like a question. Is the current user VP, which I am, it is true, But in order for this item disable to work, we need to flip it. All right. All right. Now here's I have another account here. And let me bring that over. Give me 1 second here. Here's that other account. You know, this one is IS and this one is NS. And NS is this guy here. So he's manager and senior manager. So let's bring that back up. So now when we come to his account, as you can see, he can't delete because he's a senior manager and a manager. So this guy can't delete. You know, but he can edit and do all the other things. He can also approve, but he just can't edit. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. Let's do another recap. You know, if you want to disable any one of these different actions here, you can do so by one, checking who the current user is. And then based on who the user is and what access they should have, you can kind of go from there and then enable and disable certain actions that need to be. So I hope that makes sense. Leave any questions you have in the comments, and I can help you out. And please like and share the video. Thanks. Bye.